What's up, people? All right, so I am here to do a review of episode, I think it's one, I'm not really sure because I did the movie and now they're doing the TV show. They're doing 8 episodes. So I'm here to do the review of the first official episode, I think, of Being Mary Jane season 1. All right, so the show picks up right where the movie left off. Now, I'm assuming that this is maybe a couple days right after the admission that the guy that she had been dealing with is, in fact, married. So I'm assuming that this is kind of really soon after that. And of course, she told the wife. So when we pick up, her friend, who happens to be the doctor who delivered her niece's baby, has attempted to hurt herself. Now, they don't really kind of divulge like what happened or why she did that, but kind of during the course, my thought is that she's extremely lonely and depressed. And like when you are in that state, it's just kind of like of it can be difficult. Like what the fuck? You don't want to be alone and all you can think is how you're alone and who's going to help me and what am I going to do? Now, like the of course Mary Jane busts in to save the day as she always do, and she's kind of like the saver. You know what I mean? Like she's the saver. She saves everybody, but in turn nobody really saves her. Like she really has nobody. Like her life is fucked up. So we're just going to go ahead and put that on record. So um so she saves her friend. She stays the night. She cleans up after her, and you can kind of tell that they're really, really best friends, and that in that exchange, like when they were talking kind of the next day, and her friend is just kind of brushing it off and saying, "Oh yeah, I can't believe you got some cinnamon rolls and blah blah blah." She's really kind of trying to play it off, but it's like, yo, dude, you and she didn't say this, but Mary Jane was like, yo, you trying to kill yourself. Like, should we fucking talk about this or what? Like, you can't just stroll up in here with your little robe on and think everything is cool, which I get it, but then wasn't the time. So I'm very interested in seeing where this goes, because you have a friend that's tried to kill herself and she's extremely lonely. I'm guessing, what do you do? Like, how do you help your friend? And more so than anything, how did it get this bad? I guess is Mary Jane's thought. All right, so she goes home and she comes home to David. And let me tell you, as a woman, as a single woman, well, I have a boyfriend, but an unmarried woman, it is nothing better than coming home to a fine thing wrapped in a towel. He is glistening and looking all good. Yes, I don't even know his name. So his name is David. And so apparently they're seeing each other or something like that. I don't know, child. I don't know, but he was the one in the movie where his name and her phone was never answered. So apparently they're dealing with each other. So they're about to get their little nasty on when Omari Hardwick, which I don't know his name, he comes back in the picture and he's like at her house, like trying to get in the door and come and talk to her after, after she's found out that he's married, or, whatever the case. And David shut that down. He was like, yo, dude, you tried to punch the code in. Like, I already know the dilly. So David peeped that and he didn't say anything. He put it in the file bank like a woman, like boop. So, Gabrielle Union, Mary Jane, she goes to work and the shit has hit the fan. She works in TV, so of course ratings is a big thing. Someone had just got fired. Her best friend, who's a male, his ratings are low, and so her producer of her show, and him, they don't get along. They don't like each other. So it's kind of later revealed that she's going to help him boost the ratings, and I guess kind of employ the same tactics or something different to kind of get his show to become successful. But what I like about this is that you get to see Mary Jane at work. And so now we're dealing with her, not just like why is her personal life fucked up, but her work life and how difficult that can be, kind of navigating that landscape. So that's going to be really, really good. And during the course, they are going through a hurricane, and they essentially use this older couple to kind of tell their story, because you work in TV, it's all about ratings, and if your ratings ain't up, guess what, your shit is getting canceled, and you online trying to find a job. So we don't know what happened with the couple, but of course Mary Jane was very, very upset because she didn't want to use this couple to kind of push ratings, but at the same time it works. So they never really kind of divulged what happened with that. And so during the course of that day, Hurricane Day, Omari Hardwick's wife shows up at her job, and let me tell you. Now you can kind of see the difference in the two women. Like Omari Hardwick's wife, whatever his character's name is very like, she's older. Lord, I think she looks older. She's more polished. She Googles her, and of course she's like some kind of super special. She worked in nonprofit or kind of political arena or something like that, but she has a pretty, kind of high status position, I think, kind of in society and things like that, in terms of where she works and what she does. But of course, and then you have Mary Jane, who's this very uber successful woman, but it seems like that maybe she's a bit freer, and of course he has children, you know what I mean, with this woman. And I don't know, this is all guesswork at this point. But of course she comes up in the spot and she's like, yo, how do y'all fuck? Do you come? Does he go down on you? Are those your real boobs? Do you talk about a future? It's like this woman essentially asked every question, I'm assuming, that all married women wanted to ask the other woman, which is fucking crazy. And it's like, yo, look, I've been the other woman before, so I already kind of know. I've been through this. I didn't know he was married because he was in my face every day, but I mean, I get it. So they're both trying to protect themselves, and they're trying to protect themselves. So at this point, they're getting a divorce. So we'll fucking see. So during the course of this Hurricane Day, Mary Jane has to stay, and she's going to miss a concert with David. David, kind of later in turn, is like, I'm going to the concert with somebody else. And she was like, yo, dog, like, it was just 2 hours ago. Like, how are you going to the concert with somebody else? Like, are you fucking her? Like, who is this bitch? Like, she is trying to read him, and he's like, yo, don't tell me that you ain't fucking the nigga that came to your door. Like, get off of that. So their relationship, I can't remember why it didn't work out, but it just seems like it ain't gonna work out now, because he ain't falling for that bullshit. And she's trying to employ boyfriendness on him, and that shit ain't gonna work. That's not your man. That's somebody you have consensual, casual sex with. You can't employ any rules. So if he wants to go somewhere and you aren't available, or you cancel, guess what? A man will always call somebody else, and you are replaced. That's what it is. Sorry. So, of course, Mary Jane is frustrated. And so she goes to the gym, and she see fine ass Omari Hardwick there working out, and she leaves. So you can tell that, like, he is really like his first of all, the chemistry is retarded. Like, I feel like, oh my God, like, I'm watching them, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm peeking through the blinds in this bitch. I don't know. But I don't know, like, you can tell he's really, really into her, and like he really, really wants to be with her, and maybe seemingly he didn't know what he was doing, and maybe more likely he's married, he was bored, he got kids with this woman, their life seems to be very mundane. I mean, it seems like she ain't got no sex swing in the bedroom, and it seems like very kind of boring and routine. And, you meet Mary Jane, and she's this breath of fresh air. She finds out, and it's just kind of like the shit hits the fan. So, of course, she goes through what every woman goes through. She's like, yo, the fact that I even entertained having a future with you hurts. That I thought we were going to be together. Dude, you are married with kids. Like, what is this? What are you doing? And it's like, I get it. I get it. So one thing literally leads to another, and next thing you know, they are doing the do in the shower, and it was so sexy, and it was so emotional and raw. Seems no pun intended, but it was so emotional and raw. It was, I mean, it was like one of the best scenes. Like just their interaction was one of the best scenes because it's like she got to say everything that she wanted to say, and he, you know, kind of is in that moment like, it's not I want to be with you, I want you. So I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. We already know that they're going to be sleeping together, and we already know that he's going to, at least his wife is going to kind of start divorce proceedings, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that this is going to be good. We only have 7 episodes left. This show thus far is very good. It's extremely relatable. I think, you know, kind of that plight of, I won't even say being a black woman, but we'll table the black woman issue, but just being a black woman and kind of navigating the like your corporate life, your family life. Of course, her mom is sick. She has lupus, and you know, Mary Jane is kind of the sole provider, so kind of having to do that, your corporate job, and you know, you have all these romance related debacles. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm very, very excited. Y'all let me know what you think. And I will see you guys later. Bye.